It took the Wildcats 6 wins, but they are here at a bowl game here at the lovely Embassy Suites here in Memphis for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. For GoPowerCat.com, I am Andrew Hammond. He is the boss, Tim Fitzgerald. And Fitz, the first day of media sessions, and the Arkansas Razorbacks were kind of in love with Cody Cook.
Yeah, I think everyone is. Just a very blue-collar kid that was maybe K-State's most consistent receiver. He's been a productive quarterback when called upon. I think he drove the bus a few times. He would have played defensive line if they needed him to. That's the kind of player that, K-State is built around. And I think it's maybe the most K-State thing ever that somehow, some way, they got to 6 wins, got to a bowl game, and they did it with 2 quarterbacks who are former walk-ons from the state of Kansas. And in the case of Joe Heumann,
try to hold everything together. If they need me to play center, I'll play center. I just want to win.
Well, also here at the Liberty Bowl in the K-State media session, we got to talk to the offensive coordinators for the first time since Media Day, K-State Media Day?
Yeah, in August. I introduced myself because they didn't remember who I was.
Well, and we had a chance to talk to them, and they really kind of explained the missteps in 2015 for the first time.
Yeah, we had a lot of questions about the play calling and trying to carve out an offensive identity for this team. And when we got to Del Miller, it was about the nature of this quarterback position in which you saw Jesse Ertz get hurt on the first play of the season and Alex Delton get injured soon after. And then Jonathan Banks come down with mono, and then the decision to go ahead and redshirt him. And they ended up with a third and fifth string or second and fifth string quarterback that got the job done for him. But it's been a very strange season.
Our force, this year, because of the injuries and the things we had to deal with, it was hard to find a great identity.
Well, day 2 of the AutoZone Liberty Bowl media sessions here at the wonderful hotel here in Memphis.
I really like this hotel.
I really do. It's very classy. It's very swanky. I like it. But in day 2, we're going to get to talk with the Arkansas offense and the K-State defense. Fitz, is there anything that maybe you're looking forward to?
Well, what's interesting about this matchup that jumps out at me is both of these teams are time of possession type teams that want to kind of limit the number of plays they run and own the ball. It's such a departure from what
we were here day 2 in Memphis at the glorious Embassy Suites.
Man, you like this hotel.
I really do like this hotel, sir.
It's okay.
All right. I'm Andrew Hammond for GoPowerCat.com. He is the boss, the grand poobah of GoPowerCat.com, Tim Fitzgerald. And Fitz, we got to talk to the K-State defense today and how they can contain this very powerful Arkansas offense led by quarterback Brandon Allen.
Yeah, this is a really sound, fun Arkansas offense. They seem to do a little bit of everything. I kind of refer to them as Oklahoma light. They're not as good as the Sooners, but they can run the ball with power and authority. They can spread it around in the passing game. And we know all too well that Oklahoma's offense gave K-State a lot of troubles, and Arkansas is awfully efficient. And when
for them in their league.
Well, we got to talk with the K-State offensive coordinators yesterday, and today we got a chance to talk with the Arkansas offensive coordinator, Dan Enos, and some of the things that he was saying, it kind of reminded me of the K-State football program, similar philosophies and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really amazing. In this era of speeded up spread offenses, both these offenses like to slow it down and possess the ball. Time of possession is a big deal to both of these teams. And they get in there between 60 and 70 plays a game. So this will be a little bit old school. The referees probably won't know what to do with themselves all the time they're standing around. This could be kind of fun for us older guys that like football in a more traditional manner. These two teams play.
Well, Fitz, day 1, it was the K-State offense and the Arkansas defense. Day 2, it was the Arkansas offense going up against the K-State defense. Day 3 is going to be all about the head coaches. 2 very established head coaches in the game, Brett Bielema and, of course, Bill Snyder from K-State.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Brett Bielema, of course, coached under Bill Snyder for a couple years in Manhattan. His coaching legacy is under Hayden Fry, Bill Snyder, and Barry Alvarez. Not a bad resume at all. And you can see some similarities in how they prepare their football teams. We're now 48 hours from kickoff over at the Liberty Bowl as day 2
Day 3 of Media Day here in Memphis and Fitz. We finally got to talk to the coaches today. First off, head coach Bill Snyder did not delve into who his starter was going to be, but he had plenty of more to say.
Yeah, well, it's typical of these things. You don't really learn much about the contest. Neither coach is going to say anything. Coach Snyder, of course, didn't name a starting quarterback. Brett Bielema joked about that he knew he wouldn't coming into this. But you did learn a lot about the relationship between these two guys, the tremendous respect. Even though Bielema was only at K-State 2 years, that's really what a lot of the questions were about the two men and how they've worked together and the similarities that they've had through their career coming out of Iowa as coaches. You don't learn much tangible X's and O's stuff, but I think both coaches, like their players, are ready to get this game going on Saturday at the Liberty Bowl.
I thought we'd hear about it when he got back, but he just kind of took them all in. I don't know. To this day, I don't know if he realized that we were kind of pimping him a little bit, but because 50 pages were blank. But
all the media hype, all the press conferences, all the charity events, all the fun, it's about over. We're about to play some football. 2:20, finally going to kick this thing off at the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, the teams have had their final practices. Everything's in the back pocket. Now all that awaits is the actual Liberty Bowl. Kansas State at 6-6, Arkansas at 7-5, two teams that got up off the mat after some real struggles at some point in this season. Should be an entertaining game. Very tough matchup for the Wildcats, but we'll see if they're ready to take on the Razorbacks of the SEC.
Welcome to GoPowerCat.com. He is the boss, Tim Fitzgerald. I am Andrew Hammond. 45-23, Arkansas takes the Liberty Bowl away from the Kansas State Wildcats. And Fitz, it was very interesting and very fascinating because I think the folk hero of this football season, Cody Cook, makes his first and last start as a K-State Wildcat quarterback.
And good for Cody. He earned this start. He deserved this start. And he got K-State into the end zone quickly and got the Cats off to a quick start, which is something they haven't done all season. Elijah Lee with the interception, gets a quick turnover. K-State gets in the end zone. And right there, that was about as good a start as Kansas State could have hoped for in this contest. And then the slow bleed started.
On the defensive side of the football, they had an issue, and his name is Alex Collins, or as I'm going to call him from now on, blunt force trauma. Just every single time. Punishing runner.
Yeah, and behind that huge offensive line for Arkansas, Kansas State played this game without Will Gary, who apparently didn't make the trip, a very well-guarded secret throughout this bowl preparation process. And then Matt Seiwert, his replacement, was injured in the game, so Kansas State at some point ends up...
Well, Fitz, there's nothing else left of the season. Yeah. They're packing everything up. Scoreboards are going off, and really the lights are going out on this season. And this game, it kind of summed up how this season went. Cody Cook, K-State folk hero, injuries, key losses, and just not good enough in the end.
That was exactly it. A 6-7 football team, coaches say that you are what your record says you are. This team was a little bit below average, and that's pretty much the summary of the 2015 Kansas State football season.